1, 2. Yo.
Now we come to the payoff.
Mic check.
This is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
Food is a metaphor for information.
Yo, get your head around this. The concept, 2 men about this. Trissy sack effect, freckles, respect rebels. We'll take the stairs, you stay there. It's next level. Put up the frame, they couldn't see the vision. I'll take the blame when it comes to fruition. From 4 to 3, and then we lost 1. I won't cause a scene cause camera's on, son.
It's a fast-food podcast.
You look up, understand. You're in the dark with the sharks, it's a bloodbath. We got the mics, it's a fight, had a tough start. Now got the stripes, it's in sight, it's all love car. Morgan Heights, it's food for the mind. A feast for the palate, you can eat the design. Serial killer with a splash of cold milk. These men are built on weight, lactic acid, hold skills. Yo, give me the space, we need the mic. You know the vibes. Camera, action, lights. We do what we do, we say what we like. It's the FFE. It's the FFE. It's the FFE. It's the FFE.
That could be on your CV as a skill set, like minding your business, being polite. Like this is probably on there already, but like
Respect to your elders.
Respect to your elders, that's a good one. Do you know what I'm saying? Not sitting on the fence. Like you might not picking a side. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you might go, it's either this or it's that. But then also in that same arena, your other skill set is I could just remove myself from the situation because I don't have to pick a side. I'm not sitting on the fence. Sitting on the fence is normally like, well, I agree with points from that side and I agree with points with that side, but I can't make a conclusive summary and decision. But I'm good enough to pull myself away from a situation. So that's a good skill set. So I was minding my business.
Which is always important.
It's always important. Unless someone asks you to.
Why do people like minding other people's business? I don't understand. Why is that?
It's a collection of things. It's one, which is the obvious one, too much time on one's hands.
Yeah.
They do say the devil makes work for idle thumbs.
Yeah.
Also, like, some people just live through the lives of other people.
That's weird.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, with all due respect, I don't deny this. I'm a Hove venger, but at the end of the day, not everything Hove does, I have to be aware of.
Yeah.
I'll find out, but it's not like I go out my way to. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, for an example, I saw. That's a good. I don't even realize you set up a segue for what I'm going to say now, but kudos to you. I've seen online Chris Brown's name's been popping up again.
You right?
So apparently one of them girls from, is it 3LW? She, coincidentally, because surprise, surprise, she's got a little song out now, but she kind of pointed out the fact that Chloe Bailey, who is, Chloe Bailey. You know Chloe Bailey, right? Her and Hailey, it's 2 sisters. They both sing. Hailey's gonna be the new Little Mermaid in the upcoming.
Oh yeah.
Her sister.
Right. Okay.
Chloe.
Right.
I jogged your memory now.
It's jogged.
Right. Okay. Now we're running. Right. So
running.
She that's a fact. She'll get certain parts of you running. That's for sure. Your heart.
She needs to stop talking. Just don't open your mouth. It just look good.
Okay. Cool.
Shout out to supporting our black women. Anyway, so
if more women did that.
Season 6, people. Season 6. Continue.
Shit. So she announced that she's got a song, which seems like a duet featuring Chris Brown.
Right.
So she put the picture up. they're looking very intimate, too intimate for my liking.
Okay.
Because obviously I still feel like I got a chance, but it's too intimate for my liking. So Shorty from 3
I don't even know what intimacy is at the moment.
Yeah, but you're only 1 month in, so it's cool. Check out our last pod if you didn't get that reference. But anyway, so
How's that going, by the way? Sorry.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. You know what, Joe?
Accountability.
Shout out to Jojo. You're right. We need to check in every pod. Sorry.
Finish your story.
Okay.
How's your mental?
It's good. It's good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't want to interject.
Are you sure? Because listen, man, I'm here to support a brother.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I see what you did there. So, Shorty from 3 pops out and goes, wow, we're still, like, this guy's still out here moving? And she starts to bring up, what he did to Riri way back when. Now.
Here we go.
Now, but the thing is, though, to play devil's advocate, Chris Brown has had a record, or, there has been moments that have popped up where he has done some little things, and you're like, Chris, they just let you outside after what you did with Rihanna.
Yeah.
Just chill. But I'm not saying you have to be a saint, but
they're not facts, though.
Nah, there's things where he's been accused of having a little,
I had a bird in my DM once say something happened overseas somewhere else.
Right, he's had a few little instances recently. But anyway, so he then fires back and he goes, yo, if you're still on my case about, I'm giving you the PC version, by the way. If you're still on my case about what I did when I was a 17-year-old, blah, 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 then, like, just leave man be in it. Right. And then, which I think was a bad error of judgment by whether it was him or his PA, or his PR team, I should say, sorry. Someone started listing, right, but how come you lot don't have the same energy for these Caucasian guys? And then he starts putting up pictures of
Caucasian guys.
Right. And I'm like...
Name them.
Right. And I'm like, yeah, I see what you're trying to do.
Deflect.
But...
That ain't it.
But we all know 2 wrongs don't make a right.
No.
Because I've been accused of something and someone else has been accused of something and I'm the one getting penalized for what I've done and they haven't, or I'm not in the circles to see what they've been getting penalized for. It doesn't mean because you just have to own it. It's like, Chris, let me speak to Chris. Chris, I know you're part of the same society as me. The light-skinned society. I get it, right? But the thing is, we have to own it.
I was going to say, what society?
So what? Dark skin, we can't have anything for ourselves.
No.
You always got to,
No. We're the minority in the minority. We're the minority in the minority. But what I'm saying is, Chris, like, you made a very big career-ending type mistake. Yeah. To this day, we don't know what triggered you to do what you did.
To this day.
Allegedly.
No, well, no, the pictures are there. But,
no, you say we don't know.
Oh, we don't know. Yeah, sorry. But like, my advice to you would be, you're an entertainer. Keep your circle small, because this leads to another segue about someone who got locked up in Dubai. Keep your circle small. Look over your shoulder. And like, sometimes your pride can have you with your chest out all the time.
Yep.
It's cool to just go, you know what, I made a mistake, but I'm not going to let you lot keep painting that narrative for me. I made a mistake, I'm going to keep it moving. And sometimes silence can be more hurtful than replying.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. Yeah, man. If someone keeps on your case trying to trigger you to say something and you don't say nothing, that will just irate them even more to keep going again. And you just have to be peaceful, bro. You just sold out the O2.
Yeah.
You done the O2 like back to back to back, sold out. My girl's at her home in her flipping, I don't know, Victoria WhatsApp group, secret drawers, and a Abercrombie and Fitch jumper, chilling like nothing to do. Let me go after Chris Brown because I know he's gonna reply.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he needs to. Yeah, he from the sound of that, he just needs to just be quiet and let his PR team or whoever's looking after him handle situations and just do your music.
Bro.
Just keep the music coming because you're doing well and you're back in the UK doing bits.
Yeah.
Did you see that thing on Shade Borough about black women not allowed into after parties or something?
Apparently that's an ongoing thing.
I saw the women that weren't allowed into, who went up there and said they weren't allowed in the after parties, and I said I wouldn't let you lot in there either.
You're a victim.
So, cool. You asked me a question about my my situation.
Your porn.
I'm nearly 2 months. Nearly there. What this is?
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
This is a short month, isn't it? So what are we now?
Okay. All right. Cool.
18th.
When did you start though? The 1st of January.
At the end of December-ish. So I knocked one out end of December, and that was the last one I knocked.
Yeah, but what's the difference between the end of December and the 1st of January, bro? Just
Okay, so all right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Semantics, like
All right, cool. So yesterday, last night got techie, just for a minute. Had a Maggie, sat my broskies, went home to my mum. I stayed at my mum's. Stayed at my mum's this weekend. Went back to do research on the pod. Opened the laptop and was feeling still a little bit Ben Stiller.
Wait,
I was like, just.
where, in what location?
I was chilling. Like I was at.
Hey yo, hey yo.
So I stayed at my mum's in the spare room.
I beg, please,
And I'll go-
stop saying at your mum's, please. I beg you, please, Jesus Christ. Bro, like just say I was at a familiar location or something. I beg you, stop saying I was at my mum's. Because
I was at a familiar location.
thank you.
And I nearly got tempted, bruv. I was tempted, bruv. I just wanted to take my wood out and pull it out and lava
You
it
asked
up.
for a description.
I wanted to just lava the thing up and go on a mad one. And
Lava.
Man said lava the thing up.
Lava. Hey, why?
Bro, don't touch
why?
me having these conversations.
Why?
Please, respectfully.
Why?
I beg you.
I thought we hit the bell, please.
okay, you know you sent me a message the other day, 2-3 days ago, but then you deleted it, bruv. Don't send me. I don't want to see nothing like that. I don't want to. What did you say? What was it? It was a mistake.
Now, you know what? I think it was missing context. So I deleted it and I sent it again with context. Yeah. Sorry.
Because you're a vague motherfucker. Yeah.
I do like to keep motherfuckers guessing. I won't lie. I won't lie. I'm sorry. Yeah. But anyway, don't deflect. So yeah, you open up. Okay, I think Lent's fast approaching.
Yeah.
I think for Lent, you need to give up Maggie's. That should be your thing for Lent.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to give up something for Lent. What we'll do is on the next episode, we'll confirm what we've given up for Lent. Yeah, Jojo included.
Okay.
I know there's a few things.
How long have I got
list.
to give? How long have I got to give that up?
Lent's like how long's Lent?
40 days.
Yeah, calm.
40 days and 40 nights.
Yeah, no Maggie.
What is this?
Lent.
I ain't Jesus in the wilderness.
No one said not with your antics, but we'd all be doomed, boy. But yeah.
Hey, if you see, if you go to your brethren's yard or a significant other or a female that's your friend, and they've got Lil in their house still, yeah, guess what? They bought that shit in bulk. Yeah, don't get twisted. That shit don't exist no more.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, man.
Lilt's it's like a spicy Fanta, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
But but when did you last draw for a Lilt though? You might have got it if it was like part of like I don't know.
I think I was on holiday.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. One of the lobsters, a lobster gave it to me. Yeah. One of the lobsters. You know, sometimes they're on South Beach. Lobsters on South Beach.
Are you talking about sunburnt Caucasians?
They're called lobsters.
Okay, I thought it was man. I was like, I know Sebastian from Little Mermaid didn't give you a
You remember the Lil advert when they're talking?
Okay.
When they call the white people,
Right,
they call.
lobster.
I thought about it, and I thought that was a little bit racist.
Makes
Why is it? What is because they get red in the sun?
It makes a change. It's not balanced, but like it's nice for once for it not to be us though. It's like, come on now, what we doing? But R.I.P. to the spicy Fanta, aka Lilt.
R.I.P. to the spicy Fantas.
I didn't want to draw for Lilt, like one more to have a last little swig of a Lilt, man. Like
They're tasty.
they are, but they just never really. I don't know. It's like Orangina. Do you know Orangina?
Yeah.
Orangina's got like a little. It's almost like it feels like a niche.
Hold on, so they're just rebranding it as Fanta, pineapple, and grapefruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Coca-Cola own it.
yeah,
Okay.
basically, yeah.
And they said, fuck it, it's not doing enough.
So we're gonna just put under the Fanta brand.
They
Well, it's
sacked
a spicy Fanta. So
They sacked the Lilt man. The Lilt man is sacked.
I remember they used to have like an uncle advertising Lilt back in the day.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah.
if you want the taste of, or is that?
Yeah, that's it.
That was it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So was that like
They
cultural
marketed it around
appropriation?
niggas. They marketed it around niggas, and then that's what they
And then they
usually
got
do.
rid of it.
They
Like
got
a
rid-
lot of things they associate to black people.
Right, so you know when I said I was getting Ukrainian adverts coming up on my YouTube? Now it's Slavic, yeah.
Yeah.
Bruv, you still don't, have you not noticed it?
Bro,
I hate
my
when-
internet, your internet's two different things, bro.
Yeah, I'm getting Slavic, but now it's adverts for Slavic women, Polish.
You might want to take this out, but do yourself a favor, download a VPN because I haven't had adverts on YouTube for like, at least 2 years.
I need to, bro.
I've had adverts on YouTube.
Bro.
Don't kill me.
Shit.
Bro.
Okay, all right, cool. Thank you.
But why are you looking really mystified though?
Because I don't want adverts no more. I hate fucking adverts.
Me too.
I hate adverts.
And they really tried to push you on that. Just try it premium for a month. It's like, nope. Nope. It's not happening. It's not happening, YouTube.
All right, we've got a lot to talk about today. So let's pop off this thing like this, yeah? Let's go. This is the Fast Food Podcast. He goes by the name of Drizzy Sakafet Freckles.
And he goes by the name of Morgan Twerk Franklin Heights.
And we are two of your illustrious co-hosts today.
This is it, this is it, this is it. And don't forget, if this is your first time here, food, which is in the title, but we're not cooking, is a metaphor for information.
And we are here to bring you food for thought, soul food for the mind.
And a feast, you gluttony son of a, for the palate.
Before we kick off the show, we are available on all relevant DSPs. That's Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts. We are no longer on SoundCloud.
Oh yeah, what happened with that?
Loud it. Yeah, dead food. These episodes are also available visually on our YouTube channel, which is Fast Food Podcast TV. Click, subscribe, hit the notification bell for all up-and-coming episodes, and they will drop in your little notifications, and you'll get them straight away. There's also a different experience, and I feel like I need to let you lot know. The audio episodes have a different experience to our visual episodes, where we play music and we have intermissions. But because of copyright infringements, you won't get the same experience on the YouTube channel. So you can go either way. You can go listen to it in audio, or you can watch it on YouTube and catch a vibe.
Shout out to the Patreon.
See it there?
That's a fact. And without further ado, I mean, it's only right off the back of that we big up not only the cameraman, but also the co-host. And I feel like, I was going to say marketing director, but that's a shout to Shy. That's him.
Yeah.
But shout to the director of this Fast Food Podcast thing. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Jojo Montana.
Jojo Montana in the building. Good to see you, my brother.
The Don Dada.
Best cameraman in the world right now.
Easily.
One and only.
Good to see you, my brother. Any shout-outs before we continue?
I just want to shout out to Life.
Yeah, I feel you.
I just want to shout out to Life because...
Life Jennings.
Flipping hell.
You know what? That was a good one. That's usually what I do to you. That was a good one.
It was.
This guy's out of control. This guy's out of control. Nah, just life in general. Just like...
Cool, because that guy ain't been relevant.
Nah, we done mentioned them type of days where we were struggling on SoundCloud. You know what I mean? We're A+ names only now.
For real.
But now I want to big up Life, man. Just shout out to everyone. Shout out to everyone that listens to the pod. I know we keep saying this, and we will keep saying this. Even when we reach our end game, we're still going to say big up to everyone that checks out the pod, regardless of what platform you do it on, whether it's the YouTube or the DSPs, or whether it's just the little bite sizes on the gram.
Yep.
Shout out to everyone. Thanks to Morgan Twerk Franklin Heights, a friend of mine, Queen Shade, texts me and she goes, "Raw, listen to the intro of the previous show. I know a lot more about you now." And I was like, damn, man, this guy really set me up with that conversation about...
Yeah, that's what we do. I feel like
setting up
transparency...
Negroes.
I feel like transparency is the key right now. Like, I wanted this season, I really want the audience to get to know us some more.
That's fine.
I really want the audience to travel with us on our journey.
Yeah.
While we discuss different topics and discuss stuff about ourselves. So, you know.
It's just hearing a female say like, oh yes, I listened to that part where you lot was talking about, you know, and then I was like, oh, so that's what you was doing when you was doing it. And I'm like, good morning to you too. I didn't have breakfast yet. I was all right, good morning to you too. But yeah, man, big up everybody. Big up life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, and let's just keep it moving. Season 6, baby.
Big up Bushkin.
Of course.
MC Bushkin, MC Bushwhacker for joining us on our first episode of the new season.
Yep.
Episode 1 is out now. Check it out on audio and on our YouTube channel. Amazing interview.
Yep.
It was just so insightful to have him talk about his journey being part of Heartless Crew. There's so much information that I can't even begin to start again. But check it out if you haven't seen it already. And yeah, man. I want to do like I want to get like the unpleasant, sad stuff out of the way.
Yeah. Because you know we like to continue and end on super high notes,
100%,
giggles, whatever. So let's get all the stuff that's going on in the world right now.
And
get out of the way.
And the event happened in the last episode, but we just didn't get around to speaking about it. And maybe those things happen for a reason, so we can speak about it now.
Yeah.
So we want to give our love and condolences and a shout out to everybody who lost their lives in the Turkey and Syria earthquake.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing so much stuff online with it's so traumatic seeing the buildings collapse, seeing people being rescued and people who are missing not turning up, and you know it's.
Yeah, I saw one that really sat me down because I remember I was walking, looking at the gram as you do to kill some time.
Yeah.
And I saw this image where, this clip where this man was sitting, clear rubble, like the backdrop was just rubble all around him. He was sitting on his chair, on his dolo.
Yeah.
But his hand was like in a very irregular position. I was like, what's going on with this? I don't know if you saw it, Joe. But he was holding on to the hand of his daughter who was underneath the rebel. And that just parked me, bro. I had to sit down and just like, because he's holding on to her hand because he knows she's still alive.
Right.
All he's got to his daughter that he's brought into this world with her mum, of course, is her hand. That's all he's got to know that she's alive. And he's staying with her because obviously he has to give her the hope that you're going to make it out of this. And that knocked me for 6, bro.
What a devastating tragedy, man. There's been quite a few earthquakes in the past.
Sure.
There's the 2011 earthquake in Indonesia, 2004 earthquake that happened in China, I believe. It was a tsunami.
Yeah. That's everything.
Where it wiped out
Yeah.
a lot of people. I believe in this Turkey and Syria tragedy, there's 45,000 plus now.
God.
And counting. And it's just like...
Sometimes I wonder, is Mother Nature, is Earth sometimes just throwing us these little hints like, I'm tired of your shit.
Well, don't fuck with
we
me.
need to like just tired, like, because think about it, we've been abusing Earth for so long.
Yeah.
You know, knowingly or unknowingly.
Yeah.
Like things are just happening. Like there's certain things that are happening that it just makes you wonder, like, okay, maybe they happened before and I wasn't paying attention, but it just feels like,
What's the cause? What's the cause of an earthquake? How does it?
That's a good point. I'm not sure because in my naive way, I always just associate like earthquakes with like being happening because it's somewhere near land that obviously has like an active or dormant. Is it dormant? Is that the way?
What do you mean dormant? Like, well, it depends. So
volcano and stuff.
So I think earthquakes happen to. I remember secondary school geography.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to pick.
But I think it's like the plates. So the Earth is like just loads of different plates.
So under the ground.
Yeah. So when
plates.
So it's like one's coming up or going down. That's like, you know how like mountains and hills.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like they move, like they just shift, and then everything above.
It's mad.
Because they have scales of earthquakes.
Yeah, Richter scales. That's how they.
And the higher the scale is the more damage that it
I
actually
think this
does.
one was like 7.5.
Jesus Christ. Christ, man.
bro. The thing is, so we do live a type of sheltered life here in London,
Yeah.
or in the UK, if you want to, United Kingdom, whatever you want to look at it, like, because we've not had something like this. The worst we've had is like obviously the floodings. We've had floodings.
Yeah.
We've had obviously we get mad rain sometimes. We get wind and like snow sometimes, but we've never had. We had a hurricane. Well, they called it a hurricane. I laughed at it, but we had high terrestrial winds at one point.
No,
not too
but
long
it
ago.
was mad because people died. Like,
You
can't pretend like it wasn't.
Yeah.
No. I just like they were calling it hurricanes. I was like for someone who grew up in a Caribbean island that is in the eye of the storm.
It's crazy.
That was just like a breeze. Yeah. But obviously, being in the concrete jungle that we are,
It's still
we don't get these things. So it's kind of like, like all these things are happening. And Turkey's not too far from us still.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we're neighbors in every way, shape, or form. And like, so shout to, thoughts and prayers go out to those people, which is another thing, just off topic, but on the same thing. How do you feel like, I struggle, when someone puts up like an RIP post?
Yeah.
Like, you want to show your respects, but at the same time, I don't want to like the image of that person because I feel like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't like the fact that that person's not here anymore.
Yeah.
So I put a little dove on the comment section instead.
Right.
But it's a conflicting kind of...
I see what you mean.
see what I'm
You
saying?
don't want to like it because you don't like it.
I don't like that this person's not here
Yeah,
anymore,
but
but at the same time, I want you to know that we're here.
I need to
like,
make another for
like
RIPs.
a prayer emoji.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I use more time.
Yeah.
I know it's meant to be hands clapping, but I say
because it's actually that.
Yeah.
but
Like just giving each other a high five. But then there's one that's like that as well. There is a second one that's like that,
Right,
which is like
right, to prayer.
But it's just conflicting where it's like because Cam's mum passed away, didn't she? Over the weekend, Cameron's mum.
That's right.
Passed away on the weekend. Like, but I don't want to like it because I don't eat. No, this is not a like post.
Yeah.
This is a condolences to you and yours type of, do you know what I mean? And obviously with the whole Syria thing as well. But man, shout to everyone. Shout to those who are definitely helping out with the aid, getting it over to Syria.
Yes.
And Turkey. And man, just, just be grateful for what you have, man. Do you know what I mean?
100%. And then leading on from that, you have to give a shout out and condolences to the family of Christian Atsu, who was also
caught in that.
caught up in the hurricane. I mean, he's caught up in the earthquake, I should say. I did a little bit of background research on him, and he was a humanitarian.
Yeah, big time.
And he was building schools in Ghana, and he was doing a lot of stuff. And it's just interesting to just find out the background of somebody who plays football, played for Newcastle, played for Chelsea, I believe, as well.
Yep. So he first come to Premier League,
A few clubs, and it's just sad. Again, it's sad. So thoughts and prayers to him.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers go out to Lilt.
Again, yeah.
Thoughts and prayers go out
Shout
to Lilt.
shout to
RIP.
Spicy Fanta, man. You had a run. You had a good run. We appreciate you. Thanks for leaving us the exotic fruits to now mingle with the orange of Fanta and give us the Fanta grapefruit and pineapple.
I was in Tesco's yesterday when I was at my mum's, and they had Lilt left on the shelf.
You should have.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what?
Copped.
I might go to Tesco to see if there's a little
Store. I just keep it.
Yeah.
in the
Just keep
stash.
it there now. Just sip on. But the thing is,
what I don't get is already people like put on eBay
they
bills
gotta
already.
relax.
I'm just like,
Scumbags.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Scumbags.
There's people doing that for real.
Yeah, it's saying hand sanitizers. You gotta relax.
Yeah, that's crazy. I want to say R.I.P. to Jogoy the Dove from De La Soul, who died at the age of 54, and he was battling congestive heart failure. Great artist, and a great De La Soul were just like, again, if you're not from that era, De La Soul were a part of a collective with a Tribe Called Quest, Jungle Brothers, and a few others, and they kind of was that the original backpackers.
Yeah, or they like to call it eclectic hip hop, conscious hip hop.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Which we are
Missing.
severely missing nowadays. That was a good thing about Sorry, 'cause I know we got some young bucks who'll be listening to this guy like, but like, trust me, once upon a time, hip hop had like, you know, like the Infinity Stones that Thanos has. You had a certain style of hip hop that covered every Infinity Stone in that gauntlet. Like you had your conscious rap.
Yep.
You had like obviously your rowdy rap. You had your party rap.
Absolutely.
You had your super lyrical miracle rap. You had like your like sensitive type of like speaking to the better half raps. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had all those raps, and it was like everyone had their taste catered for.
100%.
But it wasn't at the detriment of it was. Like De La Soul were no less lyrical than, say, the person who done the lyrical miracle stuff. Do you see what I'm saying?
I mean, it was just more, I think because it was more closer to when it originated from, because hip-hop's been around for 50 years plus.
It's young, yeah.
But at that era, it was still relatively a new genre.
True.
And it was a lot more purer, which is why you had artists like that.
That's
It
a good
was,
shout.
it was more pure. But now, hip-hop isn't pure anymore. Hip-hop is
very
just bare
diluted,
fuckery.
man.
It's just...
Yeah.
Everything about it is fuckery. That's why. That's one of the reasons why I still draw for like the Kendricks and the artists that are a little bit more well-rounded and don't talk about one sort of thing. They're more introspective. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man. Shout out
to him.
Shout out to his family.
Yeah, obviously shout out to whole De La Soul
And they just got all their rights.
Literally.
Literally just got
imagine
their
that.
rights back for their music.
And just now able to put it on DSPs.
They were fighting.
That is crazy.
And they were fighting for that. Also, the sad news about Bruce Willis.
Yeah, man, like Bruce Willis is officially been diagnosed with dementia. So that's, in regards to his acting career, that's a wrap. It's fair to say.
Yeah, man.
Respectfully, it's sad to see, but he was, with all due respect to Bruce, he was mailing it in for he's been getting away with mailing it in for a very, 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 very
He's
long
67
time.
now, isn't he?
About that, yeah.
So he's kicking. I didn't know he was that old. Actually, he's kicking on 67.
Yeah, but he's younger than Samuel Jackson.
So how old is Samuel Jackson?
Samuel Jackson's like 70 something.
No, he's not.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Nah, Sam's 70 something. Bruce is younger than Sam. That's a fact. Hey Siri. Look at bomb o'clock. Yeah. How old is Samuel Jackson? 74.
74. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I feel like I was thinking about it, and I feel like probably he's been going through it, as you said. He's been going through that a while, and it's only the news has just come out.
Yeah.
now.
So they said something else about it maybe about a year and a half ago. But like acting wise, he was really just doing it for the checks because his performances, there's a vast difference to how he used to act and all that. To maybe Looper was the last one where he really like went all in and like, but he's been mailing it in, just like turning up. I'm Bruce Willis. Tell me what I got to say. I'll say it. And like, do you know what I mean?
I know. So the dementia's the symptoms are unable to express yourself, unable to understand people, incomplete in sentences. I because of my job, I meet people with dementia all the time actually. So I kind of know what he's going through in terms of I've experienced it.
Yeah, you have to. The way you interact with him, it's really. That's another.
Is he married or anything like that? Is he? I know he has children, but he's.
I know it's because I think Demi Moore announced it, but that's his ex-wife. So I don't know.
He
If
caught Demi Moore early, but Demi Moore was that's a firecracker. She's a firecracker. She still looks good to this day.
To this day?
To this day. Yeah, Demi Moore. Yeah, that's...
Demi Moore, man. Ghost.
Yeah. I'd do the last episode for Demi Moore. If she asked me to.
Jesus Christ. All right, listen. We're not talking about no more sad stuff. We're going to move. And we're going to elevate. And
we're
going
to talk about Kaz's situation?
Yeah, if you want to.
Should we put that in the sad situation, sad box?
No, not really. No.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, I kind of want to laugh at that.
Okay, all right,
yeah, cool. Fast Food Podcast, intermission period 1. Once again, R.I.P. to Tregoy the Dove. Blessings to De La Soul. Blessings to the family. And we do it like this. We in the building. Drizzy Sakafet Freckles.
Yes.
Man like Jojo Montana. And myself, Morgan Heights.
Say it properly, please. Man like Morgan what?
Heights, man.
Nice. It's not that. The streets don't call you Morgan Heights.
Morgan Street's disciple Heights.
No, the streets call you Morgan Twerk Franklin Heights.
Where you get a Twerk Franklin? Where you get a Twerk Franklin from?
So they call you Twerk Franklin Heights.
Right. I want to talk about passport bros. You know what passport bros are?
Talk to me.
You know who they are?
I believe I do. But enlighten me.
They are a collective of men.
Why they sound like the Wu-Tang? Like they're a collective.
It's a collective of men that have gone and to seek greener pastures in other countries where women are more feminine, are more pleasant, more peaceful, more traditional.
They sound like a sex doll, bro. Like what? They're more feminine. They're more pleasant. They're what?
More traditional.
Traditional.
More submissive.
What makes a sex doll more feminine?
Bruv, it's just like these people that they're looking for have no like emotion, nothing. They're just there.
Yeah, but that's. I mean,
You Karen, sorry to interject.
no, yeah. So, so basically, I've been looking online, and again, I've done a little bit of research, and there's some outspoken ones too. Actually, one got kicked out of Brazil the other day.
What, the guy or the
guy
woman?
got kicked out of Brazil because he was there, and he's been advocating this passport bros.
Yeah, the PBs.
The PBs, and a couple of the mafia man from Brazil said, "Get the fuck out of here!" Man.
And he had to get the fuck out of here. You don't play in them favelas, my brethren.
But the women, some of the women are getting mad. Right. So, all right. How do I start?
How?
Would you be a part of? Would you, if you could, be a part of this passport bros?
100%.
Thank you very much.
Joe looks like a PB.
Thank you very much.
He looks like a PB. I don't know enough about it.
It's easy, bruv. Just fuck westernized bitches and go for the tradition. More women that are like more on job, that just want to chill, be peaceful.
So they want a traditional back in the day woman.
So
housewife.
basically, right. So it's like they're going to Asia, they're going to Brazil, they're going to like Africa, and they actually are pursuing women to marry and to settle down with who have more traditional values like cooking, cleaning.
I notice there's a trend.
Shutting up.
I notice there's a trend in the places you just mentioned. Let me guess. So these PBs, this elusive collective that's now risen from the shadows of the streets. Where they from? America and
Western. They're from. I don't know how many PBs reside in the UK.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe probably is one now. But in America, there's quite a few.
So you said Africa, you said Brazil, and you said
Asia.
Yeah.
The
US currency in those three places you mentioned is pretty strong, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful.
What coincidence?
It's double or triple.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, P's. So like, all right, so you when I was listening and when I was hearing it, I was like, okay, cool. Is this like sex for hire? Is this?
Oh, we get into the real nitty gritty now. Okay, cool.
Is this sex tourism? Because we know sex tourism exists. There are men who go out to other countries and just have sex with women because it's easier to. They have more money and they can.
The way you're glossing this up is really. The way you are glossing this up is expeditiously very. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank now. I'm impressed. How you
Wait, what, Drizzy? We're in the sex tourist group chat. What are you talking about?
Oh wow,
who's we?
Hold on. Huh?
Are you there?
Mic check 1 2.
Yeah,
Is this on? Is this on?
Sorry. Who's we? When did the M go to we? Man turned the M to the W, flipped it upside down and said we. Well, hold on. Are you in this group? Are you in this group, bro? Huh? Are you this?
Bro, I'm settled, man. That's what
I'm saying. But you said we, so I have to ask you. We. I thought I was going to pass me across. I was in Paris or something. Man said we, you know. Joe, I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
All right, I'll put my hand up.
So you are in the group. We need to know. You kind of set yourself up there for that.
Right. I don't like how you just deflect, but we'll come back to you.
I'm asking you a question. Bruv, these PBs, they sound like they are going to places. Bruv, I didn't want to say I wanted to get all my information before I cooked. But
I'm glad you actually don't have the information because then we can have...
Yeah, but that's why I said to you to rename me those free places they go to and where these PBs are from. They're going to the places where their currency is stronger than where they currently are. They're going to these places where they know they can look like big shot callers, want to be ballers, shot callers, and they're getting these women to do kind of what they want. So basically, you're not getting them emotionally.
All right, let's do this.
All right, let's
do this. I'm going to advocate for them, and I'm guessing Joe is too.
President over there.
And I want you to deliberately just...
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Shit.
Right, so what it is, is...
What is it?
The actual term passport bros ain't really a great term for these guys. But the actual objectiveness or the actual task at hand is to find a wife who
we support that
isn't promiscuous, who isn't running her gums every 2 minutes, who isn't on this I'm independent from men and I don't like men and I don't want men and stuff like that. Who they are more about family. They are their parents have brought them up to be wives. So these men are trying to seek that because they can't find that or they just don't like what's around them in Western world.
Okay, cool. All right, so these PBs.
Young guys.
Of course. Of course. Of course. They call themselves passport, bro. Of course they're fucking young idiots. These PBs, like, bruh, look, all you have to do is, you don't have... These men clearly got more money than they got sense. You're flying from the US of A to go to either Brazil, which is probably a short trip, but Brazil, Asia, or what was the other place you said? Africa.
Yes.
You know how disrespectful that is? You're leaving America to fly to the motherland to try and find yourself some women you can pimp out with the US currency. Bruv, it's real simple, you know. If you want to find a woman who ticks some of the boxes you're looking for in your ideal partner, you just have to go to certain places where you are. Look, not many people are going to church anymore.
True.
But if you go to church, there's still a few of our sisters who still have the old school ways and traditions. Who are the most God-fearing people in the world? It's like Africans, West Indians. I'm going to throw the Hispanic folks in there. They're very God-fearing as well. Bro, like, it's not hard.
Chinese people, Chinese, Japanese, they're quite traditional.
Are they?
Yeah, they're religious people.
Yeah?
Muslims. Yeah. Muslim countries, things like that.
But if you...
Iraq, Persian.
If you were keeping... track of the demographic that I was speaking of, then, I mentioned Africans, West Indians for a reason, and Hispanics. There's a lot of them in America. Right?
Yeah.
You're just looking in the wrong places. Like, for me, these PBs just sound like they are leading with currency.
Yeah.
Like, you want a woman who ticks certain boxes to be your wife. Bruv, I'm gonna keep it 100% with you. I can't see myself having a partner who doesn't talk back every so often.
I would love that.
Like, if I tell you the sky... No.
Wicked, me tell you. Treacherous.
Like, you don't have to bark, you don't have to talk. You don't have to talk about for everything. But if I say to you the sky's blue,
Yeah.
you don't have to just accept the sky's blue. You can say to me, but babes, why is it blue?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
these men just want some woman, I feel, that is just sitting at home, cooking all day for them, making sure there's no hair on her in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
And when they come home, then they can just have sex, get fed, and go to bed, bro. That's it. That's what it sounds like.
All right,
B.
let me throw something in again out there
right.
to
You're
interject.
advocating. Yeah, cool. Good.
What you're saying fundamentally is I agree with, but also I'm not somebody who's outside anymore in that sense.
Okay.
I'm settled.
Yeah, you are.
But even when I look outside and I see what's going on outside, and I'm guessing
It is.
and I see what the man them are going through.
It is.
I can see there's a clear division and disjointedness.
Yeah.
Is that a word? Disjointedness.
It's not, but we'll let it run. We'll let it slide.
Where
Just
and
say
I'm not.
disjointed.
And again, this I don't
You're
want
not outside
to.
like
I don't
that
want to
anymore.
do. No, I don't want to do the. There ain't useless dons out here either.
We know that balance.
But we're just talking about passport boys.
PBs.
PBs are looking for
'cause we're not-
donettes.
'cause there might be the PGs soon.
Yeah, there might be the
No
PGs.
tips.
And I fuck with you. If you're a PG and you want to become a PG or you're thinking about being a PG, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
If that's what you want. Because for me, that's what you're looking to go back into being a little bit more conservative, reformed,
Yeah.
and more traditional.
Okay.
Which is interesting because, all right, for example, if I talk about my relationship briefly, my relationship isn't a traditional relationship, but it has tradition in it.
Yes.
It has droplets of we do things accordingly. We have similar backgrounds. We're both spiritual people. Both of our parents and their ancestors are from a religious background. We hold up certain things together that sustain our relationship for a longer period of time than maybe people who are a little bit more new or westernized.
Streets.
Which is why when I mentioned the Valentine's Day thing, again, if you check Valentine's Day, it's not really something that you should even be.
Yeah, I mean, women can have chocolate any time of the day.
And flowers.
And flowers. You can grow, have a garden, have
Yeah.
flowers there.
Yeah.
Chocolate, just take
The
it
love
man
should be every
upstairs.
day.
Yeah.
I feel like Valentine's Day is for more single people and people that are newly dating.
All right, I feel personally attacked, but it's cool. Carry on.
Right. So back to the passport bro situation. Like, I understand the sex tourism stuff. That never stopped.
Yeah,
and obviously sex has been a cachet and
of course,
something that's from the beginning of
it's
time.
important. You can't
move away from it.
You can't, like, with all due respect, I think I'm jumping in the frying pan here, but fair enough. I'll have to, oh well. With all due respect, sex is definitely a fundamental part.
They say sex is a weapon. So when I shoot,
meet your death in less than 8 seconds. You don't even have to guess who said that because the way we just, you know who that said that. You don't even have to, I wonder which artist said that. It's obvious. Or is it? But it's a fundamental part. Like, I would not, when I speak to my little brother,
right,
I'm not trying to rush him into a relationship.
No. I understand.
But at the same time, I say to him, you need to, don't get into a relationship too early in life because you need to find out what you like and want in a woman.
I hear you.
And it goes the other way as well.
I hear
Like,
you.
when I'm speaking to like my sisters, when I'm speaking to like my intimate, not intimate, I'm saying,
Platonic?
no. What's it when they're like your first cousins? What's the word? It's intermediate, right?
Your first cousins.
Yeah, well, basically, but it's intermediate, like relatives.
Yeah.
Immediate relative.
Yeah. I
Cousin is cousin, man. What is this?
cousin, yeah, but you know, they ask me sometimes.
Have you kissed your cousin before?
Negro, please, never. I've kissed my
Yo, bell, hit
What?
the bell,
I've
hit
kissed
the
my
bell, hit the bell.
No, we don't do that. Wait, hold. No, we are.
Sorry.
Father.
Hold on. Let me wait. Hold on. What was I gonna say? Right?
The Fast Food Podcast.
Hey.
All right, so. Oh my God.
Continue.
All right, let me cleanse this place. Mama say, Mama sa, Makum sa. All right, we've cleansed the place. All right, cool. That part of my family, they ask me for game. They'll be like, I can't use that word for the rest of the pod. They will ask me for game. They'll be like, hey, boom, 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 boom. Like, and you got shit, man. All right, let's move on to the next. Let's just go to the next. Let's go to the next.
All right, we're talking about passport bros, yeah?
Not anymore.
I salute to the ones that are doing it respectfully. For me, I'm behind you because I want.
Wow. Really?
Pause. I'm advocating for that shit fully. As long as it's in the realm of you're going to find somebody who wants to be your wife, not somebody who you can just flex on and think because you got peas, as Drizzy Saka Freckles says, that you can just floss on and think that it's just calm. Because there's a flip side to it that if you did decide to bring her back to westernized world, she might start hanging around with westernized women and she might start becoming westernized and that whole thing is just done.
And then
So
she
it's-
played, yeah.
Yeah, there's actually a story about that. It was a mad story.
Yeah?
I think who was talking about? I think one Uber driver. So basically,
Talk to me.
Uber tells.
his I guess it'd be his wife or
Uber
ex-wife.
tales.
Basically, he brought her over. She started making friends with women that like to go out.
Of course. Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Only
So
fans.
obviously they're in her ear saying, "Oh, he needs to do this, he needs to do that."
Yeah.
Bear in mind they have maybe 2 kids.
Shit.
Ooh.
Yeah. So basically, how do I make it short? She left him for someone else.
In
What, a black taxi cab driver?
But
sake.
basically, this guy's he's paying. The kids are with her. He's paying for.
Child support?
Yeah, he's paying all of that. Paying for a house.
man.
Next brother's probably in the yard doing whatever. He's just living in a flat with a chair.
Fuck's sake.
But I said all he does is go to work all the time and pick up his kids, drop them off.
Ouch. 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 Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible. And that can happen. So the moral of the story is stay in the country that you found her, basically, because bringing her over here is peak. But yeah, man. Salute to the passport bros. Keep it moving.
Christ. Where
Fast
are
Food
we?
Podcast,
Where are we?
episode 2
Yes.
of season 6.
That's right.
Intermission period
Hello.
2. Let's do this. Fast Food Podcast, season 6, episode 2. We're here. Jojo Montana, Drizzy Sakafet, Freckles,
And Morgan Turk Franklin.
and
Heights.
Morgan Heights in the building. This conversation I want to have with you guys is kind of based on conversation. It's based on words. It's based on the art of language.
Right.
And I've had conversations on Clubhouse about this and with a few other people in the past, and I just wanted to kind of raise it here to see where we could go with it.
Right, okay.
The conversation is about being well-spoken. And if you know me long enough, I like to use words, not just because I don't like to just use big words for the sake of it. I just feel like because I've been a writer, my English was perfect and I got good grades in English actually.
Wow, that's jeez.
Yeah, so it was like one of my
Toot your own horn.
Yeah, it was one of my strengths.
Okay.
But it was like, you know, we use a lot of slang too amongst our peers. But
Abbreviations.
abbreviations.
Acronyms.
And I like it. Like I enjoy being so relaxed amongst my people and my friends that I don't have to
Right.
speak properly all of the time. But my question is to you guys is being well spoken something that is frowned upon, fake, or deemed as white or overly educated and something that black people kind of look at as you're not cool, so to speak?
Yeah, but when has being overly educated not been cool?
Since hip hop started doing this fuckery.
Right, but then you have to question yourself, why would an overly educated person give two damns what someone lesser than them on the educated? Like you just have, overly educated, I'm assuming, because we don't have I don't know if there's an actual terminology for it, or description, but I just assume when they say overly educated, it's someone who's like, was just book smart times 10. Like, they just never, like, they just always, there's always reading.
Yeah.
They try to do every subject under the sun. They've got multiple grades or
Pretty much
what's it called?
yeah.
What's the other things they get? When you got uni and stuff.
Diplomas.
No, that's
masters
and stuff like that. Like just someone who, say the average person has a master or some college
in English.
They've got like 3 of those.
Yeah.
And they done college and then they done university.
Pretty much a Pakistani or an Indian person.
Or Nigerian.
Or Nigerian.
Or Chinese.
As well.
So which is this is why this conversation is important, because we've named people outside of our own race. Yeah. And I feel like
who are not frowned upon.
Who are not frowned upon for speaking properly.
But why? But let's see if we can speak properly for this segment.
Yeah, let's try
so,
it.
quote unquote, speak properly.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like the way we speak the way we speak due to the environment that we've grew up in.
For sure.
Like at the end of the day, we all
Accents.
speak proper English. It's just that we refrain from speaking, quote unquote, the dictionary type English because we grew up around slang. Yes, saying a woman is nice. Mm-hmm. Saying she's a pretty woman is nice.
Mm-hmm.
But a buff thing rings off way better than a pretty woman.
Yes.
And I think a woman in our demographic, in our community, if I say you're
the word is
woman,
demographic.
she would be like, she might look at you a little bit funny, like, raw, you're calling me a pretty woman. But if I say, you're a buff thing, she'd be like, all right, he rates me. And again, rating is our way of saying we hold you at a very high standard or we have you at a high level.
Yeah.
But we just say rate me because, excuse me, Jessica, I hold you at a very high standard. I could just say, Jessica, rate you, Like, bro, why are we using so many words? This is, again, I think everyone speaks, quote unquote, proper English because you have to speak and you have to be able to understand what someone's saying, unless they're from a different background and their accent or whatever is different. But we all speak proper English. We just choose to use slang because slang's cooler.
But then, okay, so there's the art of language, right? Which is what I like the most about spoken word. But there's also the other side of it where, okay, you adapt. I feel like we all adapt in different environments. So when we're at home, we speak a certain way.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. When we're at work, we speak a certain way.
Yeah.
To our colleagues, our bosses.
I think that's just because they don't
I think,
our.
But then,
But then what I'm saying to you is when we're using slang outside of our accents, forget about where we're from.
Yeah.
Because being African, being Caribbean, we have there's language there that is foreign to somebody who's probably English.
Yeah.
Even though patois is a form of English, French.
Yeah.
It's an accent, isn't it? Right? But what I'm saying to you is it's like to be cool isn't necessarily being able to speak properly. And I feel like speaking properly, to me, is important in every facet of life itself. For example, when you go to work and you speak to your boss, I never want to be able to go to my boss and go, yeah, walk, this and that, yeah, blood, rah. I think that's weird, where people may see that as, oh, I'm being me. That's how I am. I'm from this place, and that's how I speak. And I'm not going to change that because I feel like I'm not being myself.
That's just unintelligent. Listen, code switching is a part of life. Whether you think or agree with the term, everybody does it. No matter, like you even see like kids when they're, buying something, they'll say please, thank you, whatnot. Everyone knows, like if you have a certain level of just, I'd say, common sense.
Yes.
You know that in different situations you're gonna code switch. You can pretend like, oh, I'm gonna be myself no matter what, but at the end of the day, you know that, in certain circumstances, if you see a older woman like in a shop or trying to cross the street, you're not gonna speak to her the same way you speak to your brethren. It's just
natural.
Yeah.
But what Joe's saying, at least, it's similar to unconscious biasness.
Yeah.
We all do it.
Yeah.
Some do it to a larger scale than others, but like unconscious biasness is you will think a certain thing about a certain someone or situation, and you don't really realize you're doing it. Like you might walk down, unconscious biasness, and I know I'm guilty of this. Like if I'm walking somewhere and I see a chicken shop down the road, I'm like, by the time I get there, I guarantee if I look in to see who's behind the counter, I know it's not going to be a black person. Mm-hmm. That's the unconscious biasness. Mm-hmm. People do it. Like the level of scale you do it is different.
Yeah.
But as Joe said, you have to be a chameleon in life. Otherwise, you're gonna be taken for a dickhead. You gotta understand when you have to speak. Because here's the thing: on a phone call, no one should be able to know what you look like by how you speak on a call. If someone rings you,
yes.
If someone calls you, they should not be able to They should not be able to describe who you are, looks wise, by how you speak on the phone. Like you should throw them so far left that if they do say, for example, if it's an interview, to arrange for an interview, speak to blah, 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 and then you go in for the interview, they're in the back of their mind because they can't do it, make it bake, like, oh my gosh, he's black. But you walk in there, you're meant to make them go, oh shit, that was we're speaking to a black person, but he was so well spoken over the phone. Yeah, because
But don't you think naturally black people have a tone that they use or that is assigned to them naturally, that you kind of know that type? Like, remember last week when you heard that girl talk from America who got jacked for a Rolex? Yeah. You heard her and went, yeah, I kind of know who, even though she didn't say anything slangy.
Yeah, but
you did mention her name though.
Yes,
yeah,
true.
But also
that's true.
Also, she was in a comfortable environment of her own home. She was talking her truth, and there was no there was nothing attached to it of importance. Yeah. Obviously, it's for finding a Rolex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, if someone calls you, they're not meant to be able to tell you. They're not being able to describe how you look by how you sound. And if you give them that opportunity to be like, I know what this person looks like from how they're talking, then you don't have good phone etiquette.
Right.
And that's my humble opinion. If I'm wrong, then obviously I'm happy to have that discussion.
Because I can talk clearly, concisely to somebody, and I will be, and they can hear me, and maybe even if they hear my name, that will throw them completely.
Right. If they hear your name, like my name can throw people off.
Yeah.
Like when they call out and they go, can I speak to, my name will throw them off.
Yeah.
And then when they hear me, when they introduce themselves and I realize who it is,
the
way I handle the call, when they see me, with my big 6 foot plus self, freckles, dreads and all that, it will throw them off. Because they'll be like, whoa, that's not who spoke on the phone.
Just hearing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right, but there is, like, I think what Hat's saying, there is Donnies that just...
They don't know how to speak.
They don't know how to speak at all.
Everyone's on the same level with them in regards to how they talk. Yeah, I agree. But they need to do better.
They need to
do better because that's probably blocking them from having certain opportunities because they talk how they talk.
It's a mindset.
When they would demand them.
And it's a mindset again. It's back to a mindset. I feel again, if you're somebody in this world where you're trying to move around and work with people, you should always be able to adapt. And if you don't have that skill set, because I feel like I don't think even being well-spoken is something you just have. I think like you develop it, you learn
100%.
It's something it's something that is kind of spoken even in your own like even when I listen to my mum, she's quite a well-spoken woman. My dad, he used to be a minister, so he knows how to articulate himself. So I've listened to him best part of my life to understand that okay, this is the way you speak. But then obviously when I'm with the man them and I'm doing my thing, it's a different
but even when you're talking to your parents, you don't even stop to think I'm talking to mom or dad. I need to watch how I talk.
Yeah.
Naturally, you just know there's certain things you're not gonna say. And even if you want to say something to your mom that you or dad you say to the man them, you know how to filter it.
Yeah.
And still say it.
For sure.
Do you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And it's just the same with like traveling, and you're in foreign countries, like respect their culture. Like naturally, common sense will tell you I'm not in the ends anymore wherever I'm living. I'm in a new country. Yeah. I need to follow their culture.
And their rules are not use my nose as a Hoover.
Why do we when like we're in another country, do we start breaking up our English?
I don't understand.
Why do we do that? Can we, you see,
and that's unconscious biasness right there, because you're just assuming they're not going to understand you when you talk.
Like, yo, brethren, lad.
Bruh, hey, I'm going to tell you something funny now that you said that.
Yeah.
Quick, like, just going off the road quickly.
Okay.
One time I was at my yard. This happened like last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Definitely 2023. One time I was at my yard. I was in my robe, boxers, shirt, like little vest thing.
Jerk one off.
Nah, not at all.
No.
I was being comfortable.
Calm.
I was. That's what I call my bachelor uniform.
Yeah, no.
Batman's got his.
I respect it.
That's my bachelor uniform. I had my socks on, slides. I was comfy.
Yeah.
Ring, ring, ring. I'm like, right, okay. Let me break this down before I answer the door. I haven't ordered anything.
Right.
I'm not expecting any delivery from like ASOS or Nike or whatever. Mm-hmm. Look at me put my business out. But anyway, and I know no one's coming around to see if I need
sex dolls at the come in that day.
I more like to put it under the category of shampooing my locks. Okay. No one is coming around to shampoo my locks.
Calm.
All right. So I thought, who is this? I go downstairs, open the door. This small.
And you ain't got a peephole.
No, I did, but this is the thing. They were so short. I couldn't see when the people.
Okay. So fucking was at your door.
Yeah.
A little person. A little person.
A child.
Yeah. Hey. Hey.
You know what? Yeah, like.
Yeah. Just remember to do the disclaimer, right?
We got to give thanks. If we make it to season 7, we got to give thanks. Because they really want us to be in this podcast.
I'm really excited about who was at the door.
So I opened the door and I'm like, I can't. So I assume like someone's probably like left a package at my door. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? I opened the door. There's this woman there.
Oh shit! Okay.
So then I'm like befuddled. I'm like, hi.
Yeah.
But I'm confused. She can see on my face. I'm confused. Like, what are you doing at my door? Yeah. I don't know you.
Yeah.
She pulls out a phone.
Oh wow.
So I don't know why I did this.
Oh wow.
Straight away, I just tied my robe.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that. Because obviously my robe was open. I just tied it because nah, you ain't getting that for free.
Yeah.
She puts her phone and she presses play.
What?
And she basically, it was Google Translator.
Okay. So that happens a lot nowadays.
Yeah. So she spoke into Google Translate what she wanted to say to me if I opened the door. When I opened the door, she pressed play.
What did she want?
Oh, hi. I just wanted to check that a letter was put, if you received a letter from me. So first of all, I'm like, well, you don't live here, so no.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, there was a letter that came here, and I put it on the side. I was like, I was going to put it back in the letterbox so they can like do what they got to do with it. I was like, oh, is this you? And she goes, yes. She nodded her head. Yes.
Where was she from?
Across the road.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know you. No, because I had to. No, because you know what it was? Because I pretended like I was closing the door. I pretended like I was closing the door, and then I was like looking like, where did this person come from? I just saw them walk across the road, put their key in the door and disappear. And I was like, bro. So you're not even telling me why your letter was addressed to my house? Nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, Drizzy, stop being media trained, man.
Stop that. That's this guy here. I'm trying to keep the balance.
Hey, don't worry. The disclaimer will get recorded.
All right, fuck it. I was like, what the fuck is that doing at my yard, brethren? What the fuck, bro? Now you gonna turn up to my yard, have your shit delivered to my house, and then just be like, okay, and nod your head and go. Like, yo.
That's crazy.
What the fuck? Yo, what?
I'm just thinking she came to the door and she pressed the button and said, would you like your willy sucked? And translated that.
Can you imagine that? Hear that thing go, would you like your will sucked? Or, bro.
And you're just standing there.
And I'd be like, nah, you know what? Yeah, whatever feelings I had, that's gone. I don't know AI thing translated to me like a good time. Nah, man.
All right, did you hear this? Listen to this.
Any of you who are going to Beyonce's concert, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. How dare you call yourself a Christian? I don't care what pastor you got that is okay with it. I don't care what pastor you got that think it's cool. I don't care what pastor you got that's singing along to their song because they want some clout. Why you think that man called himself Jehovah? It was short for Jehovah. When a witch has a coven, it's normally a small thing. Witches' covens are normally 3 to 7 people. When it becomes thousands, it's called a hive. Y'all are part of that lady beehive? And you call yourself a Christian? May the dealings of the Lord come upon you. You think this is small stuff. You think you not going to that lady's concert is not an initiation. You think you not going to that concert is not a ritual. You think you not going to concert is not a gate. That entire concert is a gate.
I got to stop it there. Someone couldn't afford to go to Beyonce's concert, sounds like. And she's just vexed. Because I don't know what that was all about. But when I first saw it, I was like, first of all, okay, so this woman is a minister. Her name is Tiphani. And she continued, and I had to stop it because I was just like, what is your agenda here? And what are you clutching at? What are you reaching at? I see you do this, Drizzy. So I'm going to let you cook.
You know what the crazy thing is, right?
Yeah.
This narrative, right? I don't know my sister-in-law for Adams. I don't know Beyonce.
Right.
But the thing is, right, I've noticed that any one of our brothers and sisters that make it, when I say make it, I mean make it. Not like 1 week make it, 2 weeks make it, they come and go for a year make it. I mean make it, like consistently. They always have to be attached to something.
100%.
No, our Caucasian counterparts, when they make it, they always base it down to hard work, graft, being dedicated to their craft, making necessary sacrifices, whether it's long hours, no weekends, yada, working for free, to get to where they get to. But us who, as history has said many times, but they tried to block it out, we're the first to roam this thing called Earth.
And we're kings and queens.
Right? Our thing always has to be, they're really talented, but...
Hey, me, I'm still waiting for my Illuminati invitation.
You see what I'm saying?
Now,
she went on to say, and don't worry, I'm going to clip this up in there. She went on to say, if you go to the concert, you're a part of a fraternity that leads to a door into hell.
Okay, cool. And you, ma'am, are in a institution preaching a word that's part of an institution that is known for decades for being the biggest pedophilia ring in all of mankind. So why don't you, instead of directing the focus at Beyonce, let's deal with a bigger issue. How come that section, that religion with which you speak of, they've known for playing with little boys for decades, and still to this day, no one's been made accountable for that. To this day. But you wanna go for an easy target because that black woman over there who's made something out of her life with the God-given talent she was given has to be part of something, right? Because God forbid she worked hard to get to where she got to and made sacrifice. God forbid. Sorry for using his name in vain, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just tired of this narrative, brother. And also, if the pastor who was brocking your back behind before the sermon started promised you Beyonce tickets, but then he found a pretty young thing and was like, you know what? That's a better look, me rolling into the stadium with her on my arm than you. You have to hold that L.
Yeah, I'm looking for 2 tickets as well, so you know.
Shit, me free. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not out here. Why do you have to? Okay, let's look at the bigger picture on this, man. I don't know, man, you've triggered me now. Why is it, we as a people have to bring down one to elevate another?
I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't understand it at all. And when I was listening to what she was saying, I was just like, you're just a hypocrite, to be honest with you. And I didn't want to do any more digging into who she was. I was just like,
don't worry, Black Twitter did that for you.
Oh, wow.
And this is a recent clip from her. But Black Twitter, who are the best investigators on planet Earth, the CIA wish they could hire them, but we're not for hire. They found previous tweets where there's like, she was basically saying, to summarize, can't wait to, boom, 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 the Beyonce concert. Oh, I think she missed out on a bit. Bruv, she's had tweets from back in the day where she was part of this quote-unquote beehive. Now you're part of this ministry thing, which is its own little fuckery. Yeah. Now you want to be demoting her down because to make yourself look good. Tiffany. I've heard of Tiffany's before. Let me tell you something.
Tiffany.
Ooh.
Okay. Let's move.
Unless Joe's got something to say.
No, for me, I think the problem now, people stop cleaning their house. People just spend too much time looking at other people's houses. They don't clean their house anymore.
This is why there's passport bros, bruv, man. They just want women to shut their mouths.
Yeah, they just want that natural balance. We need to bring it back.
You need to bring
the masculine and the divine feminine.
The truth is the truth. Did you not see the footage of the Irish woman cussing Sam Smith on her way to the thing? I think she called him a man or something. She called him a and she called him a pedo. And she said he beats bare and he's a nasty looker ass.
Hey,
she didn't say that many words.
All I know is that in that accent it was wavy.
She said you belong in hell. You belong in hell. You belong in hell.
You bastard.
You sick, twisted bastard. Yeah. Leave the kids alone, you sick fucker.
Why you sound like a Mr. Patel, bro?
I don't know, man.
That's not Irish,
bro. I had to do it outside. Sam Smith, you. I don't know how to do it.
Stop.
Think Conor McGregor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pause.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
What? All right. I mean, I know what he's trying to say, but he just, decided wild. Conor McGregor. I prefer not to.
Isn't it when you hear an Irish accent, you might as well just hear a black person? When I hear Irish people, because they are like originally quite religious. Yeah, they are very, very. True. They got their own community. They're very strict on how they do their thing. When we came to this country, they came to the country with us and they fought the same fight. So when I was hearing her voice, I was like, that's just like my mum cussing out Sam Smith. Yeah.
That guy, interesting.
Yeah. Weird guy.
That's putting it lightly.
Yeah, we're Donny. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. Intermission period 3. Hey, I think that's me and Drizzy. Drizzy sync up too well on this. Shout out to Foxy Brown. Let's do it. Let's do you, Drizzy.
Jesus.
Over to you.
Wait.
Over to you.
All right, you know what? Yeah, so we're doing our carrying on our underrated artist segment, and I just thought it's time to give my imaginary baby mother, the mother of my kids, Foxy, Inga Maychard, aka Foxy Brown, the flowers. Now, the thing with Foxy Brown is like those that love Nicki Minaj, they need to understand that you don't have Nicki if Foxy didn't come before her.
You don't.
And Foxy, out the gate, was always very proud of her Trinidadian roots, and she always made sure you knew that, right, I am of African American, but my roots are Trinidadian. And she always tried to infuse the Caribbean sound, as we heard from that record.
Yeah.
And arguably, she might be the best one. She might be the yin to Busta Rhymes' yang when it comes to that.
She could pull it off.
And no one got, whoa, wait a minute. Like, and the big one, which is Oh Yeah. Like that really, she had bangers before that. Obviously, if you go to the right parties, you will never not hear a Foxy Brown song, at least one.
Yeah.
And Oh Yeah is her biggest one, arguably. But when you hear, ooh, baby,
gotta get you home
with me tonight.
Tune.
Like that song came out in 1996.
That's crazy.
And it's still 2023, you'll hear that song. That just proves how much of a special artist she was. Now, Foxy, her debut album dropped in 1996 called Il Nana.
Cold.
And yeah, it went on to sell like 7 million copies worldwide. It's probably her biggest selling album.
Right.
She's got 4 albums. She is something in the water. Brooklyn.
Yep.
That's where she's from.
Yep.
She linked up with a certain Donnie that put her on his debut album called Ain't No. And that was her introduction to the hip hop world with her verse on there. So it was Jay-Z, Foxy Brown, and she spazzes out on that verse.
Yeah, she goes in.
Like a little too much, considering she was like about 16 at that age, at that time.
Yeah.
So her and Hove have always been close by. Obviously, Hove's penned some of her bars. There was always that little thing where it's like, well, Hove's got Foxy, Biggie's got Little Kim.
Yep.
Unfortunately, as with that genre, that pool of talent, sometimes women don't get along. No. And people were talking to each other's ears like, you're number one, nah, Little Kim's number one. And then obviously they had the little spats, which led to a legendary Quiet Storm verse from Little Kim.
Yeah, I remember that.
But then Foxy had her verse on Bang Bang, CNN.
Yes.
And she
went in.
To this day, I think that's the most vile verse I've heard from a female MC on Bang Bang, CNN's Bang Bang, to the point where Nori said they had to tell her to keep redoing the verse because there's like, we can't put that verse out.
Yeah.
We're not comfortable putting that verse out how it is. Foxy Brown was also very big for fashion labels. She was very they warmed to her. She done a lot of campaigns from Calvin Klein, etc. She's done campaigns with Naomi Campbell. So yeah, I just wanted to give Foxy her flowers because I always feel like when there's conversations going on, she's always forgotten. Like they either just say Little Kim or Nicki Minaj and that's it. And it's like
Missy Elliott.
Or Missy Elliott, which is fine with Missy because Missy's way more rounded.
Yes.
Production. Lauryn Hill. Do you know what I'm saying? But I feel like Foxy Brown is my favorite female MC ever.
She's cold.
She's my favorite female MC. So I just wanted to give Foxy Brown her flowers. It would be nice for her to come outside. Apparently, she might be doing the Drink Champs
that'll be good.
things.
That'll be good.
But it'd be nice to get her to come outside because the last time I heard Foxy on an interview was, rest in peace to brother Combat Jack, who was the first podcast I ever listened to. Was Combat Jack.
Yeah.
He had Foxy Brown on there for a legendary interview to the point where she talked about how she lost her hearing.
That's right.
And then a certain someone came in and said to her, focus on how you're going to recover. I've got all the medical bills. Like, we know who it is, but
we know
what he's like. He doesn't do them things there for like clout, unlike others. But like, she really broke it down. It was a very emotional, like, barriers down type interview. I definitely recommend, if you like Foxy Brown, go check out the Combat Jack show on YouTube to listen to that podcast with Foxy Brown. It's very insightful, intimate conversation. So shout out to Miss Foxy Brown.
Miss Inga
Trinidad,
Fung Merchant.
Il Nana.
Underrated artist,
Indeed.
hip-hop artist this week.
Yeah.
We salute you. Listen, we're going to be playing your music forever as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
And yeah, salute to you. Love, honor, and respect. And we hope to hear from you soon in some shape or form. This week's Why Don't You Just Shut Up goes out to everybody who was online who decided to at Rihanna on all the socials criticizing her because she called her newborn baby, her son, fine. I was in my head like, okay, some of you lot are called Richard, and Richard is short for Dick. Some of you are named after wine, Hennessy, spirits. Some of you are named after fruit. So respectfully, just shut up and leave people alone. Fine is fine. Shout out to Rihanna. Love, honor, and respect. She smashed the Super Bowl.
Did she just?
She smashed it.
+1.
She really wrecked it. She really, and considering she was pregnant.
Her +1, imagine that.
Yeah.
She was high though. Like if I was her man, and I'd be like, I look it up like, why is my mother's child and my child so high in the sky?
Yeah.
That was high, man. I was like, Riri, yo.
But if I was her man, I'd be like, cool, babe, do your thing. Peas is coming in.
Yeah, no, we had that conversation prior to it. You know what I mean? But you know they don't get paid for the Super Bowl.
Bruv, all right. They get paid for the Super Bowl.
No, the Super Bowl pays for executing for the stage and all that, but
bruv, the streams go through the roof.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. I just meant like the NFL don't give you a check to perform at the Super Bowl.
Directly.
But Rihanna, and because she's got so many hits.
Her Fenty brand went through the roof.
I can imagine. I know there was man them buying drawers. Huh?
How much?
800%.
Yeah. That's like
she gained 2 million followers on Instagram as well.
See, now this is why. See, let me speak to the artists over here, right? This is why you have to think bigger than just I'm making songs for the man them and the gal them. You have to look. I'm gonna keep it real. Probably my favorite Rihanna song might be "Kiss It Better." It's definitely one of the top 5. Mm-hmm. But bro, We Found Love in a Hopeless Place, bro. When that comes on,
cold.
I'm not acting like bro. That's my shit.
Yeah,
that song
Love Rihanna.
resonates with a lot of people.
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, Rihanna has songs she caters to us. She's never not catered to us, but she caters to the wider masses without the cost of us leaving us behind. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Hove, when they did the Grammys, the streams went up by what, 650%?
Yeah, it's crazy.
For God Did.
You can see why when you have a Super Bowl spot, what it can do for your career. It's not like let's keep it a buck. She's not struggling, but
yeah,
her brand and they were discussing the whole the design of the stage and the dancers and that. The dancers were actually sperm.
That makes sense.
So that whole thing was sperm dancing around, her being pregnant, and that whole concept was quite dope.
Bro, there was a point she pointed at them and they leaned, she was like this to them, jockeying them back and forth, and they were leaning back and forth. I was like, right, it looks kind of cold.
Yeah. She smashed that.
People were looking for the sneakers she was wearing.
Yeah.
Like this isn't like, again, that woman, that pastor, whatever she is, what's her name? It does Tiphani. What's her name? Hennessy. Bacardi. Yeah, that was preaching about Beyonce. It's like, you was at home singing Yellow Diamonds in the Sky. I know you was.
She's a bitch.
I don't want to call her that.
I do.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah. That's understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, cool. But like, I'm not gonna take it away from you. But it's just like, But shout out to Rihanna who did a thing.
Yeah, shout out to
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Even gave us a little bum flick and all that with the little one inside of it. And I was like, all right, cool. But I think I might call my firstborn, especially if he's a boy, I might call him Champion.
When you're a billionaire, you could call the child what?
No, I'm call mine Champion.
Champion. Yeah. That's a nice name.
You know what I mean? Like when he was, Champion, is Champion in the house.
You know your significant other, whoever that is going to be, you're going to have to go through that as well. So
yeah, you see,
unless you go to Brazil and then you can
PB, I'm gonna speak to Joe about getting into the club still.
I got you, bro.
Say the word.
The Fast Food Podcast.
All right, I got a dilemma for you lot this week.
What's your dilemma?
Listen to this closely, and we're going to dissect this. It was a message that my wife put up on her Facebook that she forwarded to her status. So it was something she jacked, put it on her status.
Okay, cool.
I read it.
Okay, I was as a disclaimer.
Yeah.
If it was a dilemma from the house, I was just gonna tell you now.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable giving my thoughts.
It's
okay,
not.
okay.
This is nothing to do with you.
No,
This is nothing to do
I know
with
that's
me.
a happy home. I don't want to
it's
like.
calm.
It's not that
Shout
personal.
to Leeds. Yeah.
But when I saw it, I thought it was interesting, and I thought I'd bring it up.
All right, cool.
So listen to this. When people find out that you are single, you are a single mother, one of the first things they ask is whether the dad is involved. And if you say that he is, people nearly always say, oh, that's so good that he's around. No, it's not, because he's supposed to be around. Nobody has ever praised me for sticking around to raise my kids. Nobody has ever told me it's good I've not abandoned my children. There is no special accolades for doing the bare minimum as a mother. Yet people want to hand out trophies because a man takes his kids to McDonald's every other Sunday. Seriously? The bar is set so low for men, even when people raise their children together. Fathers will be applauded for babysitting their own kids or helping out around the home like Bruce does the night's feeds for you and takes out the bins. You never hold you better hold on to him. It's his child and he is at home. Why are men's contributions seen as assisting us? Why are we never seen as having equal responsibility for the running of a joint life? And if he cooks, everybody has a heart attack. Like, who is this rare creature who has mastered the extremely basic art of putting ingredients together and heating them? What a keeper. Finally, it's up to us to raise the bar higher so that they can try and meet us there. Before you praise a man or a dad for a basic life skill or having common decency to ask yourself, would I compliment a woman for doing this? Over to you guys.
Okay, so
there's a few things, isn't there?
That woman, I feel like she's kind of the prototype of the guys, the PBs, are trying to get away from.
Talk to me.
Okay, all right. I'm going to agree with her in some aspects that the bar is very low in regards to the father figure side of things, because society has pushed this narrative that all fathers, when a mother is single, majority of the fathers are totally absent.
Mm-hmm.
They never provided balance where it's like, right, while 50% of the men do disappear, there are 50% men who, even if they're not in a relationship with the woman that they've had the child with, they are still very ever present in the raising of the child or children.
Right.
So in a way, while what she's saying is true in regards to like the bar is low because society made everyone think that parents, the men aren't present in their child's life.
Facts.
And I can say for a fact, I have many friends in my circle, even if they're not in that ideal situation with the mother of the child, they're ever present in their life
Yep.
to the point where taking them to McDonald's is something they probably do while they're going to the place they're actually meant to be going. It's
Absolutely.
nothing.
Absolutely.
The guys, however, who do make a big thing about taking their child to Mickey D's, they need to just look at themselves in the mirror.
absolutely.
But like, no, I don't feel that. While I agree with some of the sentiments that she's making,
Yeah.
that used to apply before.
Yeah.
And the people who bring it to her like, oh wow, he's still around and us, that's great. They're of an old mentality of when the narrative was men aren't present in the child's life.
Yeah.
Right? That's not now in 2023. If anything, I feel you'd be hard pressed to find men who aren't ever present in their child's life.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
But isn't this to do with what this particular person has seen, and what this particular person has seen is a lack of it, right? Is what you've said, society kind of viewing men not being around as the norm, where if someone actually goes up to a woman and goes, actually, you have somebody that you're with, and that person looks after the family, and that person is a standard by him. Because, for example, in my situation, I'm a father, regardless. I'm also in a committed relationship, but at the same time, I don't believe I should be praised for anything. It's my job, it's my duty as a father to be a part of that child's life. What I think she's getting at is she doesn't see it enough, which is why it's a surprise, because she doesn't see it enough. Because you imagine you might speak to somebody about a particular subject, and because you don't see those results as often as normal, when they say it to you, it's like, oh wow, really? It's a surprise, because she sounds surprised. Where in my head, I'm like, that's normal for me, and the way my people live and the way that my brothers around me are, they all look after their children. So it's not something that ever should be.
I've never liked it. I don't like the term job. I don't like the term when either the single mother, the single father say, oh, it's my job to do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
Like, kids don't ask to be born.
Yeah.
So if you're going to make the executive decision to bring a child into the world, by default, it's your role. It's not your job. It's your role.
It's your role.
Because you don't get paid for this. Like, a job, in my mind, is something you get paid to do.
Yep.
You don't get paid to do this. You just get showered with love and seeing this person that you're nurturing and growing and educating become hopefully better than who you are. And if you're a good person, then they're going to be twice the person you are, which is better for the world.
But let's flip it. Flip it. There's plenty of women in society that are useless mothers too.
Yeah, of course, but
how I'm reading it and how certain things are phrased, it's like, oh, you shouldn't be applauded for doing what you're supposed to do.
the bare minimum.
But at the same time, because of the society we live in, there's not as much as that rooted in our society. So when you see it, it's like, wow, okay, you have a family, you are a father. How many times have you seen a man walk down the road with his child? You're like, bruh, like he's got his kid, he's in the park, it's the optics.
Yeah, but a lot of us, and I'm going to include myself in this because I'm very conscious of doing this when I have my first child or children. Like, we are a lot of us are attempting to right the wrongs of our fathers. Yeah. Like, whatever we was lacking through growing up or whatever, it's almost like a example of it's almost like a teaching that it's like, right, I know that I will not be doing this when I have my child or children.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I think
that's probably because of what you've seen.
Right. But I think the next wave of brothers in our community that have probably gone through that, they've made it their thing to be even more ever present in their child's life.
Yeah.
Like, this wave, this new age man them, I have to commend them, I have to applaud them, I have to big them up because they're always there.
But check it. There's the oh wow, you're married. It's not normal anymore. we're starting to move away from that. Oh, it's like people come up to you and go, oh, wow, you're in a solid relationship. You're with somebody. Yeah. It's almost like foreign to a degree where to us it's normal. To us, we're from a background of that is a normality. Our parents are together or were together for long periods of time. Yeah. We were brought up in a certain way. We had to uphold a certain. So we had to uphold certain rules. There was no way I was going to have a child, whether I was in or out of a relationship, and I was not going to be there. Never.
Facts. It's not going to happen.
But that's instilled in me. That again, there's the men that don't do it, and there's the women that don't do it. And because it's becoming broader, and because we're moving away from the family dynamics, things like what she's saying is looked at as a surprise now.
Yeah, but the fundamentals, like, even if you peep it way back when they used to think that was the golden era of like a couple and stuff like that. Like, women were known as housewives. Yep. They would just stay at home.
Yep.
And they would just be housewives. Man would go out, get the bacon, as they like to say, come back, boom, 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 boom. And for a lot of people, that was the ideal union.
Yep.
As time goes by, things get remixed.
Fully.
Things get remixed every month, every year, every decade, to the point where women don't want to stay at home anymore. They want to go out and earn their own bacon, and they want to have that financial independence. Yeah. And they don't want to be stuck at home looking after the kids all the time, you know. But that's just how it is. So things change. We're in this new digital social age where you could speak to someone in Hawaii from the comfort of your own home. You can have a long distance relationship with someone you've never met. Mm-hmm. These things never happened before because you had to be in the same place as the person you want to, get jiggy with.
Very true.
And be in a relationship with. Now you can have long distance relationships with someone you've never met. And we've seen these stories where someone goes to meet someone for the very first time and they know everything under the sun about them, but this is the first time they're going to meet them physically.
Yeah.
These things never used to happen before.
Yeah.
On a large scale. The fundamentals change, but in regards to this dilemma, it just seems like that's just the situation that you're in. And whoever's putting those plaudits on you in regards to the type of person that you're with, or not with, I should say, but still involved in Charles' life, they're just from that era where that wasn't the norm for them. Like, the guy was normally never not present.
So remember, guys, if you've got any dilemmas or any stories or anything that you think that's quite interesting, contact us. You can contact us by our DMs on our Fast Food Podcast Instagram, or our individual podcast, or on our individual Instagram as Drizzy Sackafet Freckles or Morgan Heights. Is yours Sackafet Freckles?
No, it's not.
Yeah. And also you can email us on fastfoodpodcast@gmail.com. Send your dilemmas into ours. We'll read them out. Obviously, if you want to stay anonymous, we will keep it that way. But yeah, salute to you guys. That's great. I think we're going to just cap it off with a conversation about, first of all, Kaz from Love Island, who got arrested the other day.
Kaz.
Shout out to Kaz, man. I was disappointed when I saw it. Did you see the video?
Yeah, but
don't bark. You saw the video.
I want with her. Yeah, no. What the Okay, so this is my problem. There's a wider issue here.
All right, let's talk. Let's let the audience know. Yeah? Let's let the audience know what
we're talking about. All right, so Kaz, who in my humble opinion is arguably probably the best female we've had walk into the reality TV show, which is known as Love Island.
Kaz Crosley.
Let's say her name. Say again.
Crosley.
Cool. Hopefully she comes on the show.
Sure.
She was Damn, why did I lick my lips?
I free Kaz till it's backwards.
Free Kaz. Free Kaz.
She's out now though.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true though.
Well,
that's allegedly.
But she put a story out.
Oh, she has?
She put up a little, you know what they do? Black screen. the nice little like italic type writing on their Instagram story to let you know what I want with the what I want.
Okay.
So she's outside.
She's back outside. She's in Thailand.
Her and the buns. Yeah, yeah.
She was on her way there.
Yeah, she's outside.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Love Island contestant, well, famously known Love Island contestant Kaz Crossley was filmed in a bathroom at a nightclub in Dubai, I believe.
In 2018.
Yeah.
That's fuckery.
In 2018, so that's 5 years ago.
Yeah. Snorting coke.
I was going to try and make it sound a little bit more eloquent than that, but yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Disappointing.
We saw the video. We saw the video at the time.
Kaz,
Kaz.
Come on, man.
Kaz. There's many ways to get high.
Don't do that, man.
But hey,
Bun a spliff.
yeah, but maybe a spliff doesn't do it for her.
Yeah, but
I know what you're saying, but that's not her vice. That probably doesn't do it for her.
Wait, we can't do none of that. Listen, if
Yeah, I
you go
know.
to them countries, and just listen. If you can't handle not doing drugs while you're in them countries, don't go.
Right.
Because regardless, like I seen a man them get.
Yeah.
They got a few years
Yeah.
for
the residue.
Yeah. So now that video resurfaced again
Who
because
resurfaced the video?
right. So this is the wider thing, but we're gonna keep with just the Kaz thing now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently she's because she flies back and forth, doesn't she? She does a lot of work out there, charity
right.
work
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. Which
But
is
this
beautiful, which is
time,
lovely.
it's fantastic. But this time,
She was in Abu Dhabi.
and someone was like, "Oh yeah, remember that video in 2018?" She's like, sorry, it's so long ago. Can you remind me again?" Sure. The one where you're snorting cocaine in the bing you go. The wider problem I have is that because we saw this not too long ago with Kel Brook.
That's right.
My problem with this is Kel Brook was in the comfort of his own home. If he wants to snort cocaine in the comfort of his own home, let him snort cocaine in the comfort of his own home.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
It's his home.
Yeah.
He bought them plates
Yeah.
to do the cocaine on. That's his dinner table he bought. He bought them from IKEA to snort the cocaine on, yeah?
Yeah.
Let that man live.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let him live.
With coke in his nose.
If that's how he wants to do it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sure that clears sinuses and allergies and hay fever. and that.
I would never even consider.
Yeah? Okay, cool. But someone's filming him snort cocaine in his own house. That's almost like you're staying at his house, he's upstairs, laying down his missus, and you just walk in there, start filming it, and you're like, you know what I should do with this? Let me just send it to the scumbag son and upload it. Why? He's in the comfort of his own home. He's not troubling anyone. Do we condone taking cocaine? No, we don't. But, you know...
Kaz wasn't in the comfort of her own home.
No, she was in the club. But at the same time, your circle of your friends around you...
That's fuckery.
You're filming me do that
that's
for
bad.
what?
Yeah, and that's bad. If that was a friend that sent that to the son, that's a bad man.
Scumbags, bro. It's a scummy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Because what
what
it's
you get-
almost like you're keeping this for a rainy day. So if I start acting up, I'm like, you know what, Morgs, bro, bun this whole thing, I'm done. You were like, well, bro, funny you should say that. Do you remember like 5 years ago when we was out in Abu Dhabi or Dubai or whatever, and you was you're snorting cocaine off that thing's booty?
But that goes to who you got around you again. That goes to who your circle is, who you got around you. I'm guessing, obviously, from 2018 to now, her social circles changed.
Hopefully.
And I'm praying that's the case.
Hopefully.
Because again, if you're in Dubai doing that, first of all, as Joe said, you shouldn't be
doing that.
That's second of all, you got to look around you and see who's around you doing what you're doing. Third of all, you're a respectable person, and we love Kaz. Like,
right, for real. We've seen it many times. Like, we all have bona fide friends who we love to the very end or for eternity, but you just can't bring them around you in certain environments because they don't think like that.
They're not inept.
Right. Do you see what I'm saying? And to them, they'll be like, oh, you're disowning me because now your trajectory is going on the upwards. You're not looking for money. You're sold out. And it's like, nah, I'm actually protecting you from yourself. Because if I bring you around me in these meetings or whatever, you're going to embarrass me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Was she fined and that? Because it was jail time on
Probably.
the cards and stuff like that. So if she is free,
she's
she
probably
just
slap
got
on the wrist of a fine.
Fine.
Hopefully. Because it's a first incident. It's not like we've seen continuous It's not like a Will Smith incident where it's like we've seen him slap people all the time.
Was you with me when you just wanted to feel like you just wanted to fly over there and save her? Because I felt like if I flew over there, saved her, then I would be in good. You know what I mean?
I wanted
to be a hero.
I wanted to be I wanted to be her T'Challa, man. I wanted to go over there, put the mask on, and just
come out of this, Kaz. Put a jacket. You know, like put the jacket
put
over her.
just like you know what I mean. Walk her down. And it's like, are you okay?
You know, crazy.
They might throw you in there just because of the color of your skin, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, mate, I'll give her 69 lashes.
Respectfully.
Moving forward, Love Island. It popped off. Those who watch it and those who don't, we don't care. We watch it, and it really went off. I'm just upset.
Talk to the why.
I'm upset with the fact that the recoupling happened where people come back from Casa Amor, coupled up, and had the nerve to ask questions about why they've recoupled.
Just for argument's sake, anyone in particular?
So Olivia returned from Casa Amor with a Donny.
Yeah.
Some green-eyed Don.
Yeah.
And Kai, who was a original partner, well, not original partner.
She was coupled up with.
Who she was coupled up with at the time, had recoupled with a Donette.
Sorry. Respectfully, a level up.
Yeah, it's an Indian thing.
Level up. She's now probably the best thing in the house.
Yeah. She's crazy. She's cool. I like her look.
I like her look. I like her demeanor. I like how she talks.
She seems nice.
Yeah.
She just disappointed me. Like, the fact of the matter is, she's walked in and she's looked at him and gone,
"What is this? How dare you? What are you doing here? What are you doing here not standing by yourself waiting for me while I walk in with the next guy? How dare you be with someone else when I walk in with someone else? How dare you do that?"
I was like, what a hypocrite. I couldn't believe it. And she was stood on it. She stood on her hypocrisy to the end. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm trying to work out what's going on in her mind. Clearly now, I've seen on social media, especially Twitter, because Twitter goes off with Love Island, she's probably number one now in terms of hatred.
Well, I'd like to interject. Respectfully, I'd like to interject. And I'd like to give you another nominee for congratulations. You played yourself. Now, we're all here for black love, man.
Treacherous.
Which is the name of this. What is the name of this episode? It's the name of this episode.
We're all here for black love. So when it doesn't frequently happen on Love Island, but when it does happen, we're rooting. Unconscious biases again.
Yeah.
We are rooting for when a brother and sister get together. We're rooting.
If I was in Love Island, I'd just go for white girl.
Back to the nomination. So, and that's okay. People would vote him to stay in just for how real he'd keep it. They don't want to see who he gets with. They just want to see who he doesn't get with and why. So,
the man them there, they'll be so baffled.
yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah. How is he getting away with this? He'd be the leader of the pack. Fact. Like the man there would be like, yo, Hypes, can you vet this thing real quick and see if I should couple up with her or not? Because, like, you know what I mean?
Can I get your permission?
Yeah. Man would have an iron throne in there, just sitting there like, what?
Yeah, respectfully.
Yeah. You're rude boy, you know what? I like that one. I see how you're going googly eye for her. Yeah. Let me just get 5 minutes real quickly. You can have her after that.
There, man.
Right.
I could be in there.
Now, we're all for black love.
Yeah.
So when it happened from day one,
shocking.
Day one, he had the pick of the litter and he was like, he stepped forward.
Yeah.
If this young lady, is anyone's type, please step forward. He stepped forward so quick, I thought he was going to end up in the pool. He has consistently stayed with her to the point where, and liked her and whatever, to the point where he said to her, that's a fact. I love you.
Which you should never tell anyone after 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks on TV.
See, I would always try to have I'd rather have the woman say she loves me first.
Okay.
I've always lent on that. I mean, there might be a girl that's out there going, Morgs, you're capping because you told me you loved me in 19 something wherever, but I can't remember that far.
I bet you was probably in a position where you couldn't see her face, but you could see her.
What, she was sitting on it? What do you mean?
Either that,
right? Okay.
Or she was looking in the opposite direction, and her cheeks were in front of you, and he was like, "I love you." It's always been on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah. I think when you're young at a certain age as well, that just flies off because you know I love you is a finesse too, right?
It's a dangerous finesse.
It's telling a girl you love them to get naan bread is a finesse.
That's a deadly finesse.
Yeah, that's cold.
Like, please don't do that. Don't avoid that at all costs. Listen, I'm gonna keep it 100% with you. Yeah? That's my camera. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it 100% with you. If it's a case of you get to lay with her, or because you said I love you, or you don't get to lay because you ain't say I love you, just go with. You're gonna miss out. Don't tell her you love her just to lay with her. I promise you that is not gonna end good for you. I'm giving you free game. Bro, but that's not gonna end right for you.
It's techie though.
I'm still getting to know you. Is that a valid, after 3 months, is that a valid response?
Do you know what it is? I feel like if you get to a 3-month period, you both should kind of know that you do love each other, if that's the case. Yeah. But I would always rely on
her saying it first.
Yeah.
Oh, what a gentleman you are.
Yeah, to, you know what I mean?
Ladies first.
Yeah. Poor Shaq.
So fast forward, Shaq, listen, Shaq said to her...
When do you guys think of Shaq?
Wet. Do you want me to...
I've not... Listen, context. I've never heard JoJo laugh like that in my life. So that's how I know.
This is season 6.
That's how I know you caught him off guard there. I've never heard him laugh like that before. We said some funny shit. Like, you know what, yeah?
Wet.
I wonder what his star sign is.
Wet. The fish.
It's Aquarius, yeah?
Yeah. The tadpole or whatever that is.
Aquaman.
No, he's definitely a PBR.
He's 100%.
But I feel so. But again,
100%.
For every 500 scumbags there are out there, for every 500 savages there are out there, there's a Shaq. There's a Shaq.
Yeah.
And then Shaq gets played on national TV by some girl who doesn't meet the height requirements to go Alton Towers, and she mugs him off. She comes back with another guy. He's there. He gave
a big head, round head you as well.
Mark Morrison Jr. He gave.
That's it. I'm so happy to be here.
Google that coming to America.
Yes. Yes.
Good morning. Listen.
And you saw the Caucasian girl. You saw all of them.
Shaq gave a very eloquent, from the heart speech. He goes, look, my heart never changed. I knew it was going to be tough when I was going there, when this thing was going to happen. And it definitely was tough not being with her. And I told her I love her. And I stayed loyal to her. And, I slept outside because I just knew no one, and no disrespect to the ladies, and there's some beautiful ladies there, they all wanted to get to know me, but I was just focused on Tanya. And then sweet Maya Jama.
Shout out to Maya.
Listen, you know what it is, yeah? Let's quick Maya Jama appreciation. But this might be a regular thing on the pod to the show, to the Love Island ends.
Yeah.
Some of these dresses Maya Jama he's wearing. Bro, that last one, Maya Jama's like right titty, little side boob. I kept waving at the screen because I thought it was waving at me, bruv. Like, it's like, bruv, that was...
Listen, I said something that wifey turned to me and said she's going to stab me if I say anything.
That's the Maya Jama effect.
Yeah. I can't say
That's not the Lynx effect.
In my
that's
house,
the Maya
I can't
Jama
say
effect.
nothing more. I got to think
MJ.
it. I got to think it and not...
Yeah, say it.
Yeah. Because it's peak.
But what if now you're sitting back in some mad casual, like, you probably got your shorts or jogging bottoms or that Maya Jama.
Draw for the baby or...
And then your thing just pings off.
Draw for the baby or... Draw for the baby or...
What, you're with your wife?
Draw for the baby or...
Wait, hold on. Joe, is he understanding what I'm saying? So you're sitting next to your wife.
Yeah.
My drummer comes on in one of them sick dresses. And then straight away, I don't know what you call your thing, but it pings off.
Right off.
And then your wife goes like, whoa, hello, that wasn't there before the show started. What's going on now?
I try to mask that a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Because if my missus has got a foot over me or something.
Yeah. You put a little cushion there or something.
Yeah, bruv, it's techie.
Because it's still, her legs should
It will.
raise.
It raises anyway. So my wife could she's like that. She could just rub against me and man start pinging off. But I don't want it to be the fact that I've seen Maya on TV and then got a really big one and then it's like...
It's Maya, isn't it?
It's techie.
Yeah.
It's techie.
But it's my jammer. But my jammer said, all right, so let's see if Tanya stayed loyal to you or if she's recoupled. She comes out with a new guy.
What's his name? What's his name?
It is so not relevant right now.
Yeah, for real.
It's like, because he ain't going to be there for long.
Martin.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what your name is. But it's the reason she gave for recoupling. I was like, nah, you're cold. It was the reason.
Cold-blooded.
Like if our thing was really real, like it just made me realize that if it was really real, this wouldn't be happening. And and every relationship has a speed bump. And he was like, well, I'm out. Man said, it is what it is. That's the game, innit? Charge it to the game. And that's what I was like, he's out. Now, that's my camera. With all that being said, was it that one? That one, right? With all that being said, Brother Shaq, we here at the Fast Food Podcast, we thoroughly support you. You're going through hard times right now. We understand that. You have to stay strong. You have to stay strong.
You have to stay strong.
And when I say stay strong, I mean you cannot, for the sake of not just the show, but the sake of Negrodom, for the sake of mankind, you cannot take her back. I'm sorry. I know you say you love her. I understand. I love hurt sometimes. I know I've had a few situations. That's another pod. You can't take her back because she's disrespected in front of everyone. And the ironic thing was, that girl that was talking a lot of crap every so often, that was with Will.
Yeah.
She's always popping out with, but it's not really what it was though, was it? Like she was talking a lot of crap and I was like, when it was your turn, it was like, you're quiet as a mouse.
Yep.
And her and Olivia both had nothing to say when Tanya made that play, bringing a new guy out and having man like Shaq by himself. They said nothing, like, oh my gosh, Tanya, that's so bad of you. How could you do that to the... No one said shit. And I was like, that's how I know you lot are hypocrites.
Can we quickly talk about the side chick sewing circle that happened?
It happens every year, but you never get accustomed to it.
The side chick sewing circle was absolutely atrocious. It was overly produced, and the girl them was sitting around spilling beans, and you lot ain't even good. Like you lot, do you lot not understand that they didn't choose you? You're not. You're the side chicks talking to the chosen chicks. Yeah. Like what? What are we doing?
What do you want, a cookie for being a side chick?
What's going on?
And then you had the Petra one.
Oh my God.
That no one cared about. She was like security for them or something, like close-knit security. God. We saw her give her a little monologue intro. Oh yeah, the guys like me because of my bum when I'm twerking. To this day, I'm still waiting to see your bum because I didn't see nothing moving. And then you was just in the house just floating around. No one was checking for you. You was just floating around.
No one gives a shit.
But people if you are into Love Island and you're on Clubhouse, join the Fast Food Podcast group on Clubhouse. Because then you can get the notifications when we got our live rooms, when we watch the shows live in real time. We catch jokes. It's funny. Shout out to the lady, shout out to Queen, shout out to Lolly,
Nikita.
Shout out to Nikita, shout out to Angela. Oh, snap. What we meant to call Angela? Angie. For a Chris Brown review.
Oh, we
Or should we next pod?
Yeah.
It won't be too late. It's cool. Shout out to ladies that hold it down. Shout out to man like Kenny, that always pops in and stuff. And shout out to everyone that checks us out on the thing.
Cool. We're gonna wrap it up.
I've got a.
What you got?
I've got a fast food podcast takeaway.
Go for it.
But when you finish what you're saying.
So, Season 6, Episode 2. It's been a Fast Food Podcast. Don't forget to check out all our episodes on our YouTube channel, which is Fast Food Podcast TV. Audio is on Spotify, no longer on SoundCloud anymore. but we're on iTunes and Google Podcast. Check out the last episode with Bushkin. Great episode there. And we will be returning in a fortnight.
Or sooner, who knows?
Drizzy Freckles.
2 things. Shout out to the Horrible Decisions podcast.
Shout out to them.
I did a little something during the week with them.
Cool. Look out for that.
They came over from America for like a show, kind of like what we did, our live one.
Yeah.
You know Maddie and what's her name? Queasy? Not Queasy. Anyway, the 2 ladies that do the whole. They used to be under Joe's banner. So shout out to them. I did the red carpet for the the European premiere for Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
Sick. Okay.
I met man like Jonathan Majors.
Jeez.
Like, the footage coming real soon. So shout out to my Watching on TV crew. Shout out to Nero Zush.
Shout out to them.
Six, Daps. Shout out to cameraman Alex, who's the second dopest cameraman I know after Jojo Montana. But anyway, the Foxy podcast takeaway for this week is love yourself first. Because that's who you'll be spending the rest of your life with.
You heard? I respect it. Fast Food Podcast. Drizzy Sackafet Freckles. Man like Jojo Montana. Myself, Morgan Heights. We'll see you in a fortnight. Peace!
1, 2. Yo.
Now we come to the payoff.
Mic check.
This is a test of the emergency broadcast system.